The KOM Challenge is an annual highlight of Taiwan's international cycling calendar. 6 keen cyclists from different countries gather for a pre-race training session. Starting at scenic Qixingtan in eastern Taiwan, they embark on a journey through breathtaking Taroko Gorge to tackle the grueling 105-kilometer route. The race route begins at sea level, climbing all the way up to 3,275 meters. Nearly 90 kilometers of the route have an average incline of 7%, with the final 10 kilometers boasting devilish slopes ranging from 10% to a staggering 27%. Along this iconic course, they'll face intense challenges and savor the unique beauty of Taiwan's landscapes. Let's see how they push through and conquer this legendary route. After leaving Shibao, that sits at 915 meters, the cyclists maintain a steady climbing pace. They pedal relentlessly for 18 kilometers to reach Xinbayang at an elevation of 1,644 meters. With over half of the climb completed, the team decides to make a quick pit stop here to restock on supplies. This spot will also be an official supply station for the event.
How are you feeling? The weather is pretty nice, right, for riding? You and Richie's amazing. You guys seem so fine.
Knees, joint.
Because you have the accident, right, a few months ago? Oh, that was here? Oh, wow. You had a broken ribs?
You go fast, 12 broken ribs.
12 broken ribs. And are you fully recovered or not really? Like halfway?
My lungs are not.
Oh, wow.
My lungs are still. Yeah, my lungs are not. Because one lung got.
Oh my God, that bad? Because they told me, I wasn't sure how serious the accident is.
I broke collarbone. See down here?
I thought this will take at least 6 months to be fully healed. Was that 6 months ago?
April.
April. So you had the accident in April, and now you're riding this.
The stretch from Tianxiang to Xinbayang runs nearly 27 kilometers, featuring climbing sections with an average gradient of 4 to 5%. It's a pivotal challenge on this race route. Many cyclists push themselves to speeds exceeding 15 kilometers per hour, attempting to pull away from their competitors. However, without sufficient aerobic endurance training, they risk burning out too quickly and losing speed in the crucial final stages. So it's imperative to take a measured approach to pacing.
This is perfect weather!
I'm Richie Tongo, and I live in Taiwan for almost 8 years now. I work here as a professional photographer for a news agency.
Oh, nice.
European Press Photo Agency.
And if I'm correct, you're from the Philippines?
Yes, I'm from the Philippines.
So how do you got into cycling?
I like running, long distance running, marathon, ultra. Unfortunately, I was involved in a running accident.
Okay,
Running
so you
injury.
got injured on your knees?
Yes, and then my doctor advised me to switch sports for the meantime, just to keep me moving. So at first, they suggested me to go swimming because swimming is one of the lightest one.
Yeah.
But then I'm not good at swimming.
Okay, same here.
So that's why they asked me to switch to cycling. And then by the time I tried to rent U-Bike in Taipei,
Oh, U-Bike is so convenient in
it's
Taipei.
so convenient.
It is very nice.
But then I found myself renting it quite often. And then like I'm calculating the cost every day. Like if I spend this every day, maybe
Might
I
as
should
well.
mind if I buy just like second-hand bike first. So I got my first second-hand bike, and then eventually you met friends on the road, same interest, cycling. And sometimes they have this kind of like evil thoughts behind them, try to convince you to buy
That happens.
fancy road bike.
That happens. I mean, even myself lately, I've been riding a lot, so I meet a lot of friends. They're like, oh, you should upgrade your wheel, you should upgrade your gear, you should change the clip on, you should have a nice meters thing, oh, you should have the thing for your heartbeat.
watch.
Yeah, just everything slowly. I think of us that will help me with KOM. It's gonna be my first time, and I heard you've been there many times.
I've been there officially 3 times, and others are unofficial ones.
Wow,
So
okay.
it's kind of like
So you just go there for like a casual ride every now and
Not
then.
really. Actually, past 10K,
Yeah.
it's hard. It's
It is.
super hard.
I guess the more you suffer, the more, in a way, achievement
Yes.
that you feel. Like once you finish it, you feel like, well, if I can do this, I can probably do everything.
Yeah, it's kind of like, for me, it's kind of like self-achievement.
Yeah.
If I can do this, as you said, you can do other stuff. Cycling is kind of like, it's your me time. It's kind of like you're free what you want to do, you want to climb, you want to suffer. It's kind of like, painful, but you love it, like a drugs.
I get it. I get it.
Legal drugs.
Legal drugs, for sure.
Organic, I mean.
The next supply station is about 14 kilometers away. The road's incline eases up slightly, allowing for a relaxed pace. The cyclists can pedal lightly, giving their legs a chance to recover from the long ascent. To prevent muscle stiffness and cramping, it's important to remember to replenish electrolytes. As the elevation continues to rise, all you can hear are the sounds of the cyclists breathing amid the backdrop of nature's tranquility. After passing through Tsi'an at the 74-kilometer mark, the once flat terrain begins to undulate again. They're about to surpass 2,000 meters in elevation. Besides feeling the noticeable drop in temperature, cyclists are enveloped by misty clouds and the air becomes thinner. It's crucial to maintain a steady pedaling rhythm and pace to progress smoothly. Mastering breathing patterns combined with cardiorespiratory endurance is paramount. Around the 127.6 kilometer marker on Highway 8 stands the towering Bilu Sacred Tree. This impressive 3,000-year-old tree with lush foliage stands out amidst the dense forest. Not only is it the largest tree along the Central Cross Island Highway, it's also an iconic landmark. After a quick hydration break, while the body and legs are still warm, it's time to hit the road again. The upcoming stretch becomes steep, a climb of 300 meters within the next 5 kilometers. The segment passing through Yugong Cliff is a highlight along the race route. Not only does it offer breathtaking views of the mountains, but also picturesque vistas of rolling clouds. Amidst the determined pedaling, it's important to take a moment to appreciate the unfolding beauty. The next supply station is 6.4 kilometers away, with a 4.3 kilometer stretch of gradual descent. It's an opportunity to relax and enjoy a smoother ride. Located at an altitude of 2,374 meters, the Guanyuan Gas Station is Taiwan's highest refueling point and serves as the final supply station for the race. With just 14.5 kilometers remaining until the finish line, it's time to replenish fluids and energy before embarking on the last leg of the journey.
So we are now close to Taiyuling, the start of the last steep climb with Black Cross.
At the junction of Highway 8 and Highway 14 lies Taiyuling, where the most grueling challenge is about to commence. The 10-kilometer stretch from here to Wuling is widely acknowledged by cyclists, both domestically and internationally, as the Devil's Segment. Not only will cyclists encounter numerous steep, winding climbs, they'll also contend with increasingly thinner air as they ascend high into the mountains.
Can I? Oh, stop talking to me. Jesus. I mean, I heard the race is really hard. A lot of people actually couldn't finish it or finish on time. It's going to be my first time, so I'm a little bit nervous about, but hopefully my goal is to at least hit to the last 10 kilometers.
You will make it. You will make it. And then after you pray. That's it, like you pray. You just like,
yeah.
and you race for yourself. Like you said, like you don't care about the others. Like you don't try to follow them. If you try to follow them, you're gonna explode at one moment.
Yeah.
So just keep your pace.
Okay. 1.3 Okay. Okay. Let's go.
After enduring a relentless 90-kilometer climb and traversing high-altitude sections, most cyclists will feel fatigue due to the accumulation of lactic acid in their legs. Despite being only 10 kilometers long, this devilish segment before the finish line ascends over 700 meters, featuring hidden steep slopes ranging from 10 to 20%. Completing the entire course without touching the ground becomes a significant test of both physical stamina and mental fortitude for cyclists. Especially challenging is the momentary 27% incline at the 5.5 kilometer mark, where many cyclists may find themselves unable to withstand the pain in their legs and dismount.
Man, high altitude. It's harder to breathe. When you stop at a hill like this, it's really hard to get back on. You really need to push, so I'm gonna try going that way and up. We'll see. Whew. Let's make sure there's no car. Okay, I can do this. I'm coming.
After passing through the Hehuanshan service station, the cyclists are at an altitude of over 3,000 meters. With only 5 kilometers left to the finish line at Wuling, for every participant in this challenge, the biggest competitor at this stage is not someone else, but themselves. The ultimate winner is the person who perseveres until the end. As the altitude rises and temperatures plummet, the surroundings undergo a dramatic transformation. These spectacular landscapes make all the trials and tribulations endured to reach the summit worth it. This is the essence of the KOM Challenge. Arduous, yet captivating.
Keep fighting. Yeah. It's okay. Ciao. Ciao.
After approximately 6 hours of riding, the 6 cyclists gradually reach the finish line. At this point, they've nearly depleted all their energy.
I'm cold. I'm tired. I don't want to go anymore.
Absolutely amazing experience. In the last 5K, I had absolutely nothing. I was literally zigzagging up the mountain, no power at all. But just told myself, don't get off the bike, just finish it. And the amazing thing is I actually did it. So it's a really good test of your perseverance, and yeah, I guess that's what cycling's all about. I'm glad I did it.
Oh, the whole route was so nice. The weather is so nice. Perfect. It's kinking sang sang. In Taiwanese, it's like, go easy.
It's not an easy ride. It took us a few hours. I think the hard part is really the end. You're like, you even if it's the third time I do it, every time you feel like, oh, you know what's going to happen. You know what you should expect. But every time is always a new discovery. You're just like getting at the bottom of the hill, and then it just gets steep and steeper and steeper and steeper, and then you have no more power, no more way to breathe, but you still have to go on. The feeling when you just arrive at the top here, wow, that's amazing. You're like, finally, I'm at the end.
Good day, everything worked, nothing went wrong. Yeah, perfect day.
This is not easy.
I know.
I felt once. Hurt my knees. It's not easy. But we're nearly there. Very, very close. Oh my God. This is gonna catch me falling. Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming. I hate this guy. I hate you.
You had me, you love me.
In this high-intensity, highly challenging international competition, contestants must confront a multitude of tests, including long distances, high altitudes, and continuous climbs. Prior to the race, aside from ensuring adequate training to build physical strength, endurance, and cardiovascular fitness, nurturing mental resilience is equally crucial.
Good job. Perfect. So guys, I did it. I finished the com. That was a bit difficult. Like a bit difficult at first. I was like, let's go easy, like save energy. Like I needed to save energy for the last 10K. So, and I tried to stay with that because it was like a first time, like a first com. So that was a good solution for me because I wanted to save energy. So staying with that was good for me. But the last 10K were just hell. Like there was like a wall like 26%, and I felt like dying inside. I was like, I was swearing in French, so you will not understand what I'm saying, but I was swearing in French. So, but the feeling of like reaching to the top, and you see all the buses there, like from all over there, just like best feeling ever. Like, and I got some music in my ears, like I just like perfect music. Like the weather was amazing, not too cold, not too hot. I felt like not flying because I'm heavy, so I was like, I felt good at the end, and I'm proud of myself. I did it. Like, and I challenged myself. I was like, I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna walk, and I didn't walk at the end. I tried to help Nat a bit, like so. I tried to go to her pace, but like, even with that, like I felt like so good at the end. Like, just like I'm gonna smile for many days now, and I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna sleep for many days too. But seriously, like I'm just happy now. Like I did it. I might do it again, like a bit faster, and let's see. So just amazing, guys.
All right, guys, this is my first KOM, and I made it to Uli. The weather is perfect today. It's not too hot. It is a little bit cold, but when it's not raining, it's perfect. I have to say, the last 10K was very, very challenging. But for a first timer, I think I did okay. I did fail once. I hurt my knees a little bit. Just kind of ran out of energy, but you know, it happened. And I only just got my first clip-on shoes like 3 weeks ago, so I was still getting used to it. But I would say I was very proud. I'm really glad I finished. In the last 10K, I pretty much ride the whole way. A lot of people thought I couldn't do it, but hey, you know, that's the thing, you never know how much you can achieve till you actually do it. So I'm quite pleased with my result this time. I mean, time-wise, of course, it's longer, but overall for me, my goal was to finish the ride, and I finished.
Yeah, we did it!
This event, hailed as one of the top 10 toughest cycling races globally, attracts cyclists from dozens of countries each year, all eager to take on the challenge. Despite its reputation for featuring the most grueling terrains, the route offers captivating scenery, steep cliffs, towering mountain trees, and a magnificent sea of clouds to riders willing to go for it. If you love cycling and revel in extraordinary challenges, taking on this iconic route is truly the experience of a lifetime.